this year I'm going to try something that I have attempted the last 2 years and failed, and that is to do periodic updates. 2 years ago, I was going to do monthly updates, and I started out really well, and then it just didn't happen. Then last year, I was going to do every other month updates, and I don't think I did a single one. So this year, my goal is to do them. I'm not going to set a schedule for myself and see if that helps, but I'm going to try every 6 to 8 weeks or so, give a little update on how our year is going. If you've never watched one of my updates, I just kind of update how different subjects are going, resources that we're enjoying, that sort of thing. So, anyway, if you are new here, be sure to hit subscribe, and let's get going. So, first update is on our co-op. As you may know, we have never done a co-op before. And then in the spring, I posted that we made the choice to do it. And I was very hesitant in that video. And I'm still not convinced. But my kids seem to be enjoying it. I think it's good for my daughter to be taking a couple classes outside of me. I think it's good for her. I'm not sure I love either of the classes. We'll see. The chemistry one, I don't know, maybe. But she's doing really well and she's enjoying chemistry and she's catching on quickly and everything. So I'm pleased with that. The literature one, I don't know. Part of the problem is that we haven't had very many times. We started right before Labor Day, and then we had Labor Day, and then we just went through the hurricane. It's going well. Probably about what I expected. We'll see where it goes from here. We seem, finally, this many weeks into it, seem to have found a pretty good rhythm to our days. And I feel like they're going pretty well. We, a couple points rolled together. We stopped doing RPE this year. We actually stopped at the very end of last school year for a few reasons, but one of them is just that it's getting harder and harder to make the time to do it. So, because the class was only 2 hours long, but then it was extra 45 minutes on each side by the time, we drove there and parked and all of that, and it took up our entire afternoons 2 days a week. So no school got done on those days. So that was difficult. So this year, since we're not doing that, I feel like our days are just, we've got more time in them to not be so focused on the schedule. Instead, to really focus more on just a rhythm that works for us. And I'm loving that. That is much more my style than last year's somewhat strict schedule that we had to stick to. So I really like that. With that extra time, not only are we just getting more work done at a more relaxed pace, but not like I hate to use the word lazy, but not a lazy pace. I mean, we're still working normal hours. It just feels less pressured, and that's been good. And the other part of it is we've been able to add it back in some things that we didn't do so much the last 2 years. Things like more art and just documentaries as a family just for the fun of it, that sort of thing. So I'm liking that a lot. I feel more connected to my kids individually and also more as a unit. So I think that is a huge win for the school year. If that keeps up, I don't know. But for now, I'm really enjoying it. We are also moving our day really slowly, to an earlier start time. My goal come January is that we are starting between 8 and 8:15 each day. Right now we're starting 8:30 to 8:45, and I'm moving us that way because, and then we're also working until noon in the morning instead of 11:30. My goal is to get a good 4-hour chunk in the morning, and then in the afternoon we're breaking for lunch 12 to 1 this year, so 1 to 2, 1 to 2:30. We have a much shorter time in the afternoon. It just feels mentally better to me and my daughter. The boys, I'm not sure haven't noticed, but to, enter lunchtime with the big chunk done. So I'm liking that this year. So we're going to keep moving that way. We'll see. That's my goal. And let's see, let me look over my notes. Both my boys have really been into writing books this year. Now, Matthew, my third grader, his books are more like a one-page story, illustration, part words book. But he's enjoying it. Or other ones, that's multi-page, but he's really enjoying it. And I'm trying just to let it, not worry about the spelling and the grammar and the punctuation or anything like that, and just letting him write for the fun of it. Now, Bit has been working for a while on a book, like mythical monsters like Frankenstein and Yeti and those kind of things. And he's really enjoying it. He started in the spring and then worked on it off and on all summer. So I've been letting him do a lot of that for his writing. I ordered Writing and Rhetoric and it's coming, so we will get to that. But for now, I'm really just trying to focus on letting them do what they enjoy for the fun of enjoying it. And that kind of goes along with my whole thing with what I'm trying to do with this semester and enjoying and adding in more art and stuff. I have a video coming out that I want to talk about my one overarching goal for the school year, but I need to give it a little more thought. Hopefully I'll have it up next week. So anyway, he's doing that and he's been enjoying it. And again, I've not been trying to focus on editing it. I just want him to enjoy it. Now, sometimes I will say, go back through and check for punctuation, or check your first 4 pages for capital letters and that sort of thing. So he's getting a little bit of it, but I just really want him to write for the fun of it. Now, I am considering, and he and I are talking it over, the NaNoWriMo National Novel Writing in a Month thing that happens every November. They have a free curriculum for kids, and I sent this out in my Friday freebie newsletter. If you are a subscriber, you've already seen this. If you are not, why are you not? So go sign up, link below, but I also will link directly to the curriculum. Anyway, I thought he might enjoy doing that. Of my 3 kids, he's probably the one most likely to do it, so I'm going to give it try to get him to commit to doing it or to not doing it. And if so, we'll start it in October, and we'll probably do that for the rest of the semester, and then start Writing and Rhetoric in January. I need a different spelling for Ben. I'm a 5th grader. If you have any ideas, I'd love to know what you have enjoyed. For Elizabeth, she used All About Spelling and Apples and Pears as her ones, and then she switched to Mega Words in middle school. Ben started with Spelling Workout, and it was fine for him. And then he got to level D, where all the words were in cursive. Now, he can write in cursive, but for whatever reason, it was bad. So I switched to Mega Words for him, and that was equally as bad. That was last year. So I tried again this year with both of them, and they're just terrible. They're just not good fits for him. So if you have something that you like for spelling, I would love to know what it is, especially if it's not a teacher intensive program. I can make time for something teacher intensive, but I prefer not to. Just with the way our day is. Some teacher assistants I don't care about, but definitely not at the level of All About Spelling. So, in the comments, let me know. Let's see, let me take a gander down my list. Okay, so Elizabeth, like I mentioned, she's doing well with her classes at our co-op, and she's taking chemistry and literature and writing, so it's a combo class. Her chemistry class, I was surprised. She's a 9th grader and a young 9th grader, but I was surprised that most of the kids in her class are 11th and 12th grade. When I was in school, chemistry was a 10th grade class. So I don't know if that has changed, or if that was really just like our area that was a 10th grade class, or if because it's homeschooling, most homeschoolers do things out of order. I don't know. If you have a middle school or high schooler, what are you doing for 10th grade, or what are you planning to do if you have younger kids, or if you know homeschoolers in the area who are high school, is there a normal? I don't know. So anyway, I was just surprised that most of them were 11th and 12th grade. But she's doing well with it. I didn't really doubt it too much because she takes it pretty easily to math. But I've been surprised, and pleasantly so. She's enjoying it. I did not enjoy chemistry, so it's good to see her actually enjoying it. Geometry. We are doing a class through my homeschoolmathclass.com. I did a review of them back in the spring. I will try to remember to link that video up there and down below as well. She's doing geometry this year, and so far it's going okay, but it's going very slow. I don't know, like just the reviewing of things. Like this is her third week of it, and so far they've reviewed what things like a line, an array, and how you name those things. And today they were doing perimeter and area of a square and rectangle. I said my third grader could do that, so I'm okay with it because I figure kids just need review. But 3 weeks is a lot of review, and Elizabeth is quickly growing irritated. So we'll see. Let's see, history for her. I designed a history for this year. We wanted to do this year as her world history, but she really enjoys modern world history. So we are just doing 20th century world history. So we started just before the turn. We started like 1896, and she's just finishing World War I, and then we'll go from there. I think it's going well. I think she seems to be enjoying it. We're doing a mixture primarily of Khan Academy videos and Great Courses Plus, which, if you don't know, those are college level lectures that there's every topic you could ever possibly want on these videos. They're really good. So we're picking out videos from there and doing a combination. She seems to be enjoying it, so we'll go with it. I think that's all like individually thing, and I just want to share a couple resources from this school year that were and our thoughts on them. Daily word ladders. This was math for Matthew, and I just picked this up at a consignment sale, because I thought it would be something kind of independent that he could do, and so far he's doing pretty well with it. It's a matter of like they give you a clue. You have to figure out, change, to get that one, you have to change letters from the one below it, or add. So it's kind of a nice little thing, and I mean, it only takes him usually about 5 minutes to do it, so he's enjoying it. Some days they're really hard, but like certain ones in it, but overall, pretty good. And junior analytical grammar for Matthew, or for Benny, he's not a fan of grammar, and we're doing it kind of slow. It's only a 10-week course, but I've told him that he's going to start the actual one next year, so I want to do some introduction to him because we've not done grammar for a couple years. So it's slow going, but we're doing it. And then last one is the Greek alphabet code cracker. This is from Classical Academic Press. I bought this for Elizabeth a couple years ago thinking that she would really love it. It's kind of puzzly, and that's her. She did not, so I tried it with Ben this year. We are like, 6 lessons in, and he is not amused. And I considered just going ahead and pushing, he's not fighting me for it to do it. So I was like, well, we'll just go ahead and continue it. But I asked him the other day, I said, do you want to, or no? And he's like, no, I don't really want to. I said, fine, we're not going to. He's like, well, I didn't know you'd actually say that. again, kind of one of my overarching themes for the year. That I'm going to do another video on, but I just don't, if you hate it, why are we going to continue doing it? I bought it specifically with the intent of something fun to do for logic. So we'll save it back and see if Matthew enjoys it. I don't know if we'll do it next year with him or what. We'll see. Oh, and the one last thing is that I've redone my weekly overview. I've used ones from someone else in years past, and this year I took a couple different ones and made my own, and I am really enjoying it. It's quite helpful for me. I will be, as soon as I kind of fine-tune this, I'm going to put it up on my blog, so I'll be sending it out to my Friday freebie list. Again, another reason for you to subscribe. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and I hope to have it up here in the next couple weeks. Speaking of the next couple of weeks and planning sheets, I have been promising a walkthrough of my DIY homeschool planner, and I just haven't. I'm almost there. There's a couple pages that I need to get put in there and whatever before I do it. So it's coming, I promise. Just not yet. I will try again somewhere around Thanksgiving to do my next update. Love to know how your school year is going. Leave me a comment. Thanks for watching.